All right, we are live on the KGNS Digital News Desk. Running a little bit late because I'm following some breaking news. An overnight shooting. One woman is in critical condition, and I'm getting more details as we speak, including some potential video that we have received. But I'm trying to get authorization to use that video, but I do for sure have more details. We got word last night about the shooting, and as the morning has progressed, we have been receiving more information. So I'm going to go over all of that in just a little bit on this Wednesday, March the 27th. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone interested in the weather about now, because it's a long weekend for many. And so Yolanda Villarreal that's her department. Yolanda, how are you? Good morning.
I'm doing great. You know, we're in the middle of the week. I believe so. How many more days is it 4 or 5?
For what?
For Easter Day.
Easter is on Sunday, so I don't know. Whoops.
Okay, we're
Don't
near.
Make me count, Yolanda. You want me to do math while we're here?
Okay, so we're near Easter Day.
Yeah,
and
days.
For today, you guys have noticed that our skies have been cloudy, and some of those cloudy skies have been producing some showers around Texas. For us here in Webb County, those cloudy skies have produced just a very light drizzle. You could barely feel that drizzle, but also this afternoon we're going to see mostly sunny skies. Temperatures across Texas, notice the difference from the Texas Panhandle. Their temperatures are ranging in the 30s. All the way down into Presidio in the 50s in the west. And then from Del Rio, we do see those temperatures warm up into the 60s, 53 for San Antonio, also for Austin, 52 for Dallas, then for Houston already in the upper 50s. As we head into Corpus Christi, McAllen, and for us here in Laredo, we're in the 60s, 73 for Brownsville. They're getting those southeasterly winds, that moisture, so that's why their temperatures haven't dropped much. Like us in the morning, we were in the upper 50s. It's still morning, right? But our temperatures are slowly starting to increase. A closer look at our viewing area, that's where we see that those temperatures are mostly ranging in the 60s, 55 for Fier, 65 for Zapata, 63 for Falcon Lake. So our highs are expected to be on the pleasant side for today. Enjoy it, because by tomorrow it's when we're going to start to see that warming trend. So our winds right now are blowing from the northeast, and we do see about 5 to 15 miles per hour. So it is breezy out there, but later on in the afternoon as well, these winds will be shifting to southeasterly winds as well. We're going to see that our dew points will be increasing into the 60s, especially for Sunday and Monday. That's when it's going to be feeling like summer for us. So we do see there's those showers going on mainly in central parts of Texas all the way into Victoria, even Cotula and El Sinal are getting those showers. For us here in our viewing area, we do see not much going on for us here in Webb County. It's only expected throughout the morning that we get these isolated showers, if any. But then in the afternoon, that sun comes out and it increases our temperatures into the 70s. Our winds blowing from the east-southeast up to 10 miles per hour. We're going to be lucky enough that for tonight, we're going to be dropping into the 50s once again. Clear skies with breezy conditions. And then tomorrow, Thursday, we're going to have our Easter egg hunt. We're going to be outside, and it's going to be sunny, pleasant temperature, not that much. We're going to be in the upper 80s, but let's enjoy these 80s as well, because just notice for Saturday and Sunday, that's when we're also going to see those temperatures increase into the 90s for Easter Day. Partly sunny, breezy conditions, 97. It's going to be feeling hot and humid for us on Sunday. And then for Monday, already in the triple digits. For Sunday and Monday, we could possibly, it would be a low chance of getting heat index values over 105. So for Sunday and Monday, it's a low chance, but it's going to be hot for us on Sunday and Monday. Then on Tuesday, we're going to get a relief from the heat that we get over the weekend, because a cool front is expected to pass. And I know many of you are asking, hey, so we're going to take out our winter clothes? No. It's just going to give us a relief from the heat that we're going to get over the weekend, where our highs for Wednesday should be dropping into the 80s or upper 70s for Wednesday. But yes, if you have any plans for the weekend, that's how it's going to be looking. Very hot temperatures for Sunday and Monday. Friday all the way into Monday, breezy conditions, gusts up to 30 miles per hour. And not only that, also dry conditions. So this could lead to fire weather concerns for us here in Webb County.
Okay, Yolanda, I know it's not that much of a difference from Monday to Tuesday, but when it gets to 102 on Monday, 91 on Tuesday is much better, so that's good. Sounds good, Yolanda. Thank you so much for your time as always. Yolanda Villarreal will be on Telemundo en tu Casa at 11, and then she'll join us on KGNS News at noon. Thank you, Yolanda.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, we'll get to that breaking news here in just a little bit. I need to take a break, and then we'll come back here on the KGNS Digital News Desk. We're live to the website, live to the app at KGNS, the KGNS app, live to the website at KGNS.tv, and we're live to the YouTube channel for KGNS. I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back to the KGNS Digital News Desk on this Wednesday morning. As I mentioned, we did receive word of a shooting overnight, and right now all I can show you is a little locator video. Well, not even video, it's a map. I mentioned we did get some video here into the KGNS newsroom, but I am not authorized to share that with you yet. If I get that authorization while I'm on the air, then I will do so. But we're looking at an area in South Laredo is where this happened. And so what I'm showing you here is a map, and I'll give you some context in just a bit. What Laredo police reported last night was a shooting. Initially, they reported a shooting at the 3100 block of Saltillo. This is in South Laredo. One female victim with the shooting injury was taken to the hospital. At that time, they told us it was a developing case and they didn't have any information. Now, we know from the Laredo Fire Department that they were dispatched to the shooting. It was a 35-year-old female with a gunshot wound to the head. The patient was breathing, had a pulse, but the patient was unconscious. She was treated and transported to LMC in critical condition. And then Laredo Police Department updated that information. They said investigators have identified the suspect in relation to that shooting. She has been identified as Gloria Camacho Villanueva, 36 years old. Investigators have obtained a warrant for her arrest, charging her with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, felony 2. The victim was airlifted apparently to a hospital in San Antonio, Texas in critical condition. That was the last update we had. They tell us it's an ongoing investigation. They don't have all of the details yet, so we will follow this story as it progresses on this Wednesday. So what we're looking at here, I know you're just looking basically at a Google map. This is South Laredo, and in there you can see the 3100 block of Saltillo, more or less right in the middle of your screen. What area of South Laredo is this? Well, let me zoom out a little bit. This is, I'm going to give you some locators. So you've got Sierra High School, several blocks away. You've got Zachary Elementary. You've got United South Middle. A little further from that, it's not too far from Highway 83. So I think this is in the Santo Niño area. You've got Santo Niño Park. So again, this is a developing story, at least as far as the police getting us any more information. And if I can share that video with you in just a little bit, I will. All right, now to follow up on a story that came to light on Monday. United ISD campuses remained on high alert after a threat alleging gun violence at a school was reported and investigated Monday. Our Salma Lozano has been following the story. She has more on what the districts reported throughout the day yesterday, which is the first day after the threat. Salma?
Across the United ISD district, there was a drop in attendance as parents opted to keep their children home after a threat alleging gun violence spread through social media. The message, written in graffiti at Independence Hills Park, had stated an alleged shooting would happen at LBL on March 26 at 10 a.m. After an investigation that took place on Monday, the Laredo Police and United ISD found the message to not be a credible threat. However, all campuses at UISD remained on high alert, with parents experiencing long drop-off lines Tuesday morning, as each student was checked and went through a weapons detector. A student from Lyndon B. Johnson, Pedro Flores, had felt worried about going to school on Tuesday.
I didn't want to wake up and go to school because I felt like I was going to get either killed in the school or something like that.
His mother, Angelica Aguilar, had considered keeping her children at home, but after a call to her son's school, felt reassured by the many measures the Laredo Police and UISD would take.
So I decided to send my kids to school. Once when I dropped them off, I saw that there was a lot of Laredo police, UISD police, and sheriffs and constables around the area. So I felt a little bit more at ease.
Ruben Ayala, Safety and Crisis Response Manager, says that since Uvalde, protocol requirements for schools have increased to prevent acts of violence in schools.
We've already purchased and we have implemented our weapons detectors. The second thing that we're working on right now, and it should be done soon, is our panic alert system, and so that will be a wearable panic button that all staff members will have. So that will be coming soon.
Ayala advises students to refrain from making these statements because they not only have real consequences, but they affect the overall learning environment. For KGNS News, Salma Lozano.
All right, thanks, Salma. Just again, looking at the numbers for attendance, how did that threat on Monday affect attendance? There were two schools that there was some concern over the threat that was made, was referencing. One of them was Lamar Bruni Vergara Middle. So their total enrollment is 716 students. Yesterday, they had 206 students absent. That's about a 71% attendance. And then the other school, LBJ combined, and the high school and the ninth grade main campus, it's 3,223 students, and they had 678 absent, and that's about 78% attendance. So it definitely did affect their attendance numbers. I'm going to take another quick break. I do have video now of that shooting on Saltillo. So hang tight. I'll bring that to you in just a little bit. Again, we're on the website, app, and we're on our YouTube channel if you want to let others know that we've got that video for this particular shooting. Stay with us. Okay, welcome back to the KGNS Digital News Desk. We're live on this Wednesday morning. Thanks for watching. The peak of common seasonal viruses, like the flu, may be coming down, but that doesn't mean that you should let your guard down. That's what officials at the Laredo Health Department are telling folks the department is pushing for the community to practice preventative care by way of getting up to date with vaccines. Currently, flu levels are low in the community with more than 500 cases registered with the city, but they do recommend you still get your vaccines.
We have the RSV vaccine, which is coming to a close at the end of this month, the last day being on the 31st, and that vaccine is available for children from 0 months to 24 months, so 0 to 2 years, and that is an administration fee of $10. Our second vaccine that won't expire soon, but will expire in the coming months, is our flu vaccine. Our flu vaccine will be available until June the 30th, and like mentioned, that's available for both adults and children.
And again, for more information, you can call the Laredo Health Department, 727-6966. Anytime I mention a phone number, I realize I don't have the graphic for it, but you can always go to the KGNS website and find the story, and you can find the necessary number. All right, I do have a couple of other stories for you, a couple of features for you, and then we'll get to that video of at least the video that we have received, that we have from last night's shooting. Well, you could witness the Great American Eclipse in less than 2 weeks, surrounded by the charm of historic downtown Laredo. The total solar event will span across 13 U.S. states, including Texas. Although Laredo won't see the full eclipse, people will still get a remarkable view as the moon passes by and blocks about 98% of the sun. Casa Ortiz will be throwing a solar eclipse watch party to mark the occasion, and organizers say it's a chance to be a part of history.
The eclipse is an event that happens about every 50 years. So we're not going to see it until 54, 55 years from now. So imagine, if we don't see it right now, we're probably not going to see the other one. So let's do it together. Let's celebrate this historic moment at a historic house like Casa Ortiz.
Again, only $5 to join in on the watch party April 8th. That covers your eclipse classes, snacks, and drinks. Casa Ortiz is on Zaragoza Street in downtown Laredo, right next to San Agustin Cathedral. The partial eclipse will be visible to Laredoans starting at 12:09 that afternoon. Then it peaks at 1:29 and it ends at 2:51. With Easter Sunday being this weekend, the community is invited to an annual observation that aims to recreate the Passion of the Christ. This Friday, the San Agustin Cathedral in downtown Laredo is organizing its Stations of the Cross event at 10 in the morning inside the cathedral to mark the suffering and death of Jesus Christ. You are looking at video from last year's reenactment. Every year, a group of about 80 volunteers spend 4 weeks preparing for this biblical reenactment ahead of the Easter holiday.
It's a spiritual moment. It's a spiritual moment. Everyone's welcome into our Stations of the Cross. The Passion of our Lord Jesus Christ is known by everyone, and it's not an acting, it's not a performance. It's a living, or trying to live during that moment what our Lord lived 2,000 years ago.
Once again, the Stations of the Cross program will start Good Friday, 10 in the morning, inside the San Agustin Cathedral. It's open to everyone. It's absolutely free. Well, Tammy, you and the National Weather Service have recognized our very own Heatwave Burler for contributions in archiving and providing weather data to the NWS. Our Christian Del Rio was at the ceremony and has more on what's next. Christian?
For nearly 40 years, Richard Heatwave Burler has dedicated his career to providing you the most precise weather forecast, but also he has continuously reported the gateway city's temperature through a system called the Cooperative Observer Program, or COOP for short, to the National Weather Service. This program helps record the highs, lows, current temperatures, and rain from any city or town, and that report goes straight to the National Weather Service and the National Climatic Data Center. The man himself speaks about this achievement and what this program has meant for him for so many years.
Well, it's nice to receive the recognition. And the most important thing is that the observations, the co-op site has found a new home at a location that will likely remain pretty much unchanged for decades to come. So that gives us a chance to see what the climatological setting is for this type of a land use.
Previously, this weather recorder was stationed in our former KGNS building off Del Mar, but now this device sits on TAMIU grounds. Corey Modis from the National Weather Service in Corpus Christi says this program has also helped in analyzing climate change in the Gateway City.
The data that we have out here is specific to this program, so it's not just like an automated station that someone can go pick up from any local store. This is a special equipment that we come out and install, the temperature sensor and precipitation gauge, and then that's the data that is used for the co-op program.
TAMIU is one of the more than 3,000 locations in the state that has this station, and it will continue to monitor and collect weather data for many years to come. For KGNS News, I'm Christian Del Rio.
All right, thanks, Christian. TAMIU holds a National Weather Service Storm Ready certification. They are the 6th university in Texas A&M in the Texas A&M system with this designation. Well, the KGNS honors team found yet another deserving nonprofit to recognize. Allie's Bird Project has been selected as March's Outstanding Organization recipient. Their goal is to support parents of premature babies who are patients of the NICU departments at both Laredo hospitals. They do this by crocheting unique blankets and clothing items for the babies. Our Araceli Garza tells us about how one mother continues to keep her baby girl's memory alive daily by serving others.
Samantha Gonzalez is the founder and creator of Allie Bird's Project. This organization came about after losing her baby girl Allie while she was at the NICU. The name originates from the baby girl's name and a red cardinal she saw outside her window. Allie's Bird Project began in March of 2015 after Samantha Gonzalez's daughter, Allie, lost her life in San Antonio.
I thought the most important thing that I remember as a mom was those things on my daughter, like the bed sheets with those baby designs. So I thought I'll just do that.
She started recruiting people through Facebook. Eventually, the organization growing from just Samantha to about 30 people. Now they all work together to make handmade baby items to take to the NICUs at hospitals.
And hopefully a lot of people is feeling the way I felt that at that moment when Allie was in the hospital.
She says they started crocheting baby hats and have now expanded to baby blankets and even baptism sets for babies.
It's because sometimes babies are baptized in the NICU, so there's a couple people that are sewing dresses also. So everything has to be handmade, and has to be.
Samantha says they keep on growing, meetings are consistent, and so have the donations.
I know in a personal way that when you see your baby with those things, you feel like somebody gave the time for your baby. So the main reason Allie's Bird Project is working is to provide that embracement during those difficult times to those parents.
Samantha says she wants to keep growing the organization and help those parents in the NICU.
See how it's working, flowing, and it's just amazing. And I don't know what's going to happen later. Like the things that we have are enough to provide to both hospitals, and we'll just continue doing that.
If you would like to nominate someone for KGNS Plus Honors, you can head over to our website, kgns.tv. For this KGNS Plus Honors, I'm Araceli Garza.
All right, thanks, Araceli. And finally, as part of Women's History Month this week, we're featuring a group of women who contribute and impact our community in their own special way. We kick off this week's special series by featuring a woman at the helm of preserving Webb County's historic moments. And after nearly 3 decades, she's passing the baton to another. She speaks to our Alex Cano and shares her advice to other women who aim to work in the field of saving and preserving history for future generations. Alex?
Historic buildings sit along Zaragoza Street. If walls could talk, they would have a lot to say about the city of Laredo's early years. That's exactly what Margarita Araiza has done by making sure to find, restore, and store Laredo and Webb County history. Before taking on the role of executive director for the Webb County Heritage Foundation, Margarita was a reporter for a local newspaper.
I said, okay, yes, sure, I'll try it out for a little while. And 28 years later, there I am.
She was determined to finding ways of getting Webb County's history out of the museum and into the classrooms.
In time, we also created a Laredo history curriculum for local schools. And that was the first time that Laredo history was taught to Laredoans. And so we're very, very proud of that as well.
Despite the accomplishments, Margarita faced some challenges throughout her 28-year journey.
Very often along the way in my career, we were told, oh, you can't do that. Oh, that's not worth saving. That building is just a wreck. It's a dump. Don't bother.
Margarita had a lot to do with preserving this building slated for demolition. Acquiring funds from Webb County, she was able to help restore and renovate it for it to become the Villa Antigua Border Heritage Museum in 2006.
If you go there, you'll see an exhibit of what it looked like before it was restored. And that is exactly the kind of thing that makes it all so worthwhile.
A few feet away from the Villa Antigua Border Heritage Museum on Zaragoza Street is the Republic of the Rio Grande Museum. In operation since the 1980s, the Historic House Museum is home to several artifacts from the 1800s. It was even the Capitol building for the Republic of the Rio Grande. Andrea Ordóñez is the museum manager and says under Margarita's leadership, they acquired new exhibits for it.
She leaves us with a lot of good lessons. How to just live our day-to-day lives, appreciating what's around us.
For Andrea, working alongside Margarita in a career of preserving history has been inspirational.
The programs and services that are offered not only at this nonprofit but at other nonprofits that are led by women are more community-based, and I think that has a positive impact on the people that we serve.
For Margarita, she acknowledges her success would not be possible without her team.
I'm very proud of the work we've accomplished and the little bit that I have done to advance Laredo history and pride in Laredo heritage.
So we hope to continue her legacy. We also hope to implement new programs and services as well.
The job now of preserving Webb County's past lies in the hands of the future.
It's up to other younger people now to carry on this work. And not just younger people, of course, but everyone.
For KGNS News, Alex Cano.
Thanks, Alex. Well, the board of directors for the foundation are implementing a transition plan for the organization. At this time, no executive director has been appointed. Okay, that's pretty much it. I'm going to recap the shooting that occurred overnight. We've got some video that was submitted to us. Doesn't show a whole lot, but it does show some of the immediate aftermath, I believe, of after that shooting. So we'll go over those details when we come back here on the KGNS Digital News Desk. Stay with me. All right, thanks for watching the KGNS Digital News Desk. get back to that in a second. A little confusion on my part here. Okay, so just to recap, what we've been reporting this morning is that the City of Laredo Police Department released, not a statement, they gave us information about a shooting at the 3100 block of Saltillo. One female victim. All they told us at that point last night, this was around 11 o'clock, was that it was a shooting injury, and they were headed to the hospital. Then the Laredo Fire Department tells us this morning their units were dispatched for a 35-year-old female with a gunshot wound to the head. The patient was breathing, had a pulse, but she was unconscious. She was treated and transported to the Laredo Medical Center in critical condition. This is what you're looking at now. Perhaps this occurred in the middle of the street, at least that's what appears to be the case in this video. Laredo Police Department then updated us further and say the investigators have identified a suspect in relation to the shooting. She has been identified as Gloria Camacho Villanueva, 36 years of age. Investigators have obtained a warrant for her arrest. They are going to charge her with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, felony 2. Now, this victim was airlifted to a hospital in San Antonio now, and she is in critical condition. So we can see there what looks like paramedics attending to the victim there in the middle of the street. And once again, this is in South Laredo. This is in the Santo Niño area, and she was initially transported to the Laredo Medical Center with that gunshot wound to the head, and then she was airlifted to San Antonio. This is the video that I was going to show you pending authorization. We have cleared it now, and that's what we have. Obviously, they are looking at the woman who was shot by allegedly that woman that we just identified. South Laredo, this is what we're looking at. Saltillo Street. Let's see. No, let's see here. Trying to pinpoint it. Okay, so I know you can't really see 100% in there, but if I zoom in, you can see Saltillo in the middle there. It runs, I'm looking at Saltillo Street between South Martin Avenue and South India Avenue. This is in Santo Niño. You have a couple of schools in that area, including Cigarroa High School right there. You can see a library. There is on the other side of South Ejido Avenue, United South Middle. Again, this is just to give you some sort of idea where this occurred. Ruiz Elementary, not exactly that close, but just, again, Caguas Elementary closer to the incident than Alicia Ruiz. So there you go. Sad story to hear about a woman shot in the head, and we will monitor that story. Okay, I got to go. Ran a little bit long today, started a little bit late. We were working on getting this story for you, and so that's what we have up to this moment. I will see you on KGNS News at noon. Thanks for watching on this Spy Wednesday. If you know, you know. I will see you in just a little bit. Have a blessed rest of your day.